Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So in a few more days, I'll be celebrating my 13th anniversary. June 13, 2010, I went on my first date with myself. And it saddens me to see that in 13 years, not much progress has been made. And in fact, in a lot of ways, we've gone backward on a number of things. So right now, I teach at a community college right now. And lately, every week, I hear something about a school shooting, and I worry about my personal safety there. And something else happened that made me worry, not only for my safety, but for the direction of humanity. So this past spring, I started to take charge of my being mindful when I'm eating, and to take smaller bites out of my food. Ever since I noticed how I feel taking smaller bites out of my food, and I watch people take these huge bites out of their burger, they're eating junk food, their mind's being altered by it, and then they take a gun to the school, right? And so when I zoom out and see the big picture, it made me completely lose my appetite. And then 2 weeks ago, I got COVID-19, and you throw that on top of my thinking about the big bites out of the burger, I still have not regained my appetite. I recovered from the virus itself very quickly. Within 48 hours, I was testing negative again, but 2 weeks later, I still do not have an appetite because I'm thinking about people taking big bites out of their burger and then taking a gun and shooting up the school. That's the big picture that I'm getting in my head. I don't know. I haven't been mentally sound ever since catching COVID-19. I don't know if it's COVID related or that when I lost my appetite, it just triggered other thoughts. This past week, I had 2 near-miss accidents while rushing to work because of our tight schedules again, obviously. I had a wardrobe malfunction while I was on my way to work, and was running late trying to get some new clothes. Almost got into a car accident. Yesterday, my cell phone kind of malfunctioned, or I thought it did. It turned out I forgot to pay the bill, and it was giving me wonky directions. What had happened was I forgot to pay my cell phone bill, but my cell phone still appeared to be working because it was trying to pick up free Wi-Fi during the trip, and it caused the GPS to behave in all really wonky. And so the big picture is that people are stressed out with no time to eat properly, rushing to work, accidents. They stuff their face with junk, and they're mentally messed up, and they bring a gun and shoot up the school. And it's just really depressing when you see the big picture for what it is. And it makes me want to move out of the country at some point. I was watching a documentary last night about... The documentary was criticizing how Japan doesn't really have a low homeless rate like they publish. A lot of people just live long-term in hostels and internet cafes. And I'm thinking to myself, what's wrong with that? You get to network with a lot of people. That's good for your mental health. And so I wish that were more common here in the United States, right? But of course, if you try to live that kind of lifestyle in the United States, you're stigmatized, right? And that's sad. That's sad. Japan is much more accepting of solo sexuality. I wouldn't be surprised if Japan became the first country to legalize solo sexual marriage, right? If you ask me what country is going to legalize solo sexual marriage, I would guess either Japan or Taiwan, or you get one of these countries that's ravaged by conflict and they lose a lot of men. You know, there's 2 ways to resolve that, right? Either the men who are left are going to be marrying 2 women, or you can allow people to be solo sexual as well, right? I suspect the latter will be the way to resolve it these days, right? Anyway, I thought I would share the big picture out there, right? Chew on the thought and try not to be part of this problem, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.